say first is yeah, it's an honor to get a series second season of The Head. Yeah, actually this is my first time international TV show, and everything is brand new. And yeah, even using English is difficult for me. It's the most challenging thing. And then, but yeah, at the beginning I had many butterflies in my stomach, and then yeah, but thanks. They're so nice. The cast and the staff are very nice to me. So yeah, thanks to it, yeah, I just have one butterfly in my stomach right now. Anyway, I was very busy in Japan, and then I had a lot of things to do. I had prepared for everything using English, acting in English. Yeah, this is very hard for me, but I think it's very good experience for me. And then, in addition, what I was super surprised was the moment when I saw the huge ship. Yeah. And then, it's real. So not like no right computer graphics thing. So yeah, I can feel it. We can feel it. We can touch it. We can smell it. So yeah, it's really helped me to get the realistic. Yeah. Thank you.
A great time, and this season is the same and more. I think the big thing for me, the difference in Arthur, is at the end of season 1, he's accused of a series of murders which he did not commit.
I like to insist on that.
Yes. You know, he's probably culpable for one, indirectly, but he has a series of murders after his name. So there is, first of all, that huge issue of injustice, which can break any man, can enrage any man or woman. The second thing is, which I always tried to stress with Jorge, was he spent a year in prison, which is a long time. And I think that probably, combined with the injustice of the accusation, the false accusations, but the year in prison, I think, broke him, and I think he reassembled himself. And he reassembled himself in a way that covered the brokenness, but maybe not quite as successfully as he would have wished. And I think that was always, so there's a huge fissure inside him. And I think that we always talked about that. I always stressed when we talked about season 2 that the year in prison was hugely important. I think in terms of where Arthur goes in season 2. So there's a savagery to him. He's wilder. He's not as contained. He's not as affected. He's much more present. He's much more immediate. And I think all that time in prison has brought that to him. And I'm sure he suffered more than once in prison. And probably things of another nature too. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, thanks.
I would love to see a show.
In season 1, Maggie is very innocent. She's very fearful, definitely playing the victim. But that's throughout, and you only kind of find at the end that that's not who she really is. So season 2 for me was about exploring a person capable of what she does do in season 1 and the murders she commits. And I wanted that to feel really true and believable. And I had an idea during season 1 of who she really was, but we never got the chance to explore it. So that's been really exciting, and exploring her history more, her relationship with her mother, her relationship with her sister, her obsession with Arthur, and yeah, just kind of going deeper with like the darker side to her. So it's a very contrasting character because she is just an imposter in season 1. So finding this kind of very complex, feral woman who she really is has been very exciting, especially as an actor. Like the privilege of playing 2 very contrasting characters is a great challenge and really, really enjoyable. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Well, what
drew me to this was watching season 1, being a fan of season 1. And not being able to pinpoint why I thought it worked so well, but then realizing that it's from the very first opening shot, the tracking shot, the one take, and the ensemble, and the vitality in the performances, and the naturalism, and the trust in the process from the actors to the director. It was something very original and authentic, and I just really enjoyed it. And I'm a fan of John Carpenter and those American psychological whodunits, but this, even though this dealt with climate change and scientific research, it was always done in a way that dealt with the emotions and the humanity, and that's a credit to John and Catherine and the rest of the crew. So I wanted to delve into this one. And I also knew that getting a bunch of actors and putting them on a freighter ship and sending them out to sea is no easy task, and I'm glad that in real life I wasn't in charge of that. But I did a bit of research before joining, and I asked Chris Riley, who was involved in season 1, a great actor, and Olga Whirling from Ireland, playing your mom. And I said, okay, what am I getting myself into here? And they said, do it. They're team players. It's going to be a collaborative experience like you haven't had yet. Dive in, and what I've learned is working with Jorge and the trust from the cast every day is a joy with this cast, with this crew. I wouldn't rather go to sea with any other bunch of lunatics.
The most demanding, for me, definitely was the diving. Becoming a professional diver I think I had 4 months prep. When I first read the script, I saw that she was a free diver, and I went, right? And I started booking swimming lessons, and I started prepping, but I've always loved swimming underwater, so it was something I felt really confident doing, and I had such a great team of people in Tenerife to practice. It was such a dream on my days off, getting to go to Radisville and swim and dive, so that was wonderful. And then I think the relationship with Arthur, I mean, that was my big, daunting challenge. It was something that's not mentioned in season 1. So we really come in and we have to see the journey of their lack of relationship to it being one of the most important relationships she has on the boat by the end. And I think that journey, getting to come in with the first scene, showing that they don't have a relationship, they haven't worked out their boundaries, how they talk to each other, how they be father and daughter. And I think it's been such a joy trying to work that out with John, and I mean, hopefully getting it right, and I know it's been a joy.
Lo primero que quiero decir es que a mí los guiones me han parecido mediocres. Trabajar con Jorge ha sido un absoluto infierno. John Lynch es una estrella absolutamente insoportable. Y de los productores no quiero ni hablar. Gracias. Ha sido un placer estar aquí. Dicha esta gilipollez, para mí ha sido la hostia, ¿no? Cuando conocí a Mariano en la reunión esa que tuvimos en Madrid hace octubre, ¿no? Sí. Ahí estaba yo, bueno, mis cosas mías, de procesos míos, pero estaba en 101 kilos. Y me flipó el guión, me flipó lo que me contó, le dije directamente, eso es mío, eso lo quiero hacer, vamos a llegar a un acuerdo. Y ahora estoy en 147. Entonces me he puesto 46 kilos. Me dijo, necesitamos, que estamos muy contentos de tu proceso, hemos visto tus entrevistas y tal, y estamos muy contentos de que estés bien, de que te estés recuperando, pero ahora necesitamos un animal, necesitamos un bicho. Y ahí empecé a entrenar, a hacer powerlifting, a comer, y poco a poco pues iba metiéndome en esta transformación, ¿no? Y físicamente pues lo conseguimos. Luego un momento muy potente ya en Tenerife, que preparas todo el personaje, preparas todo, y el primer día de rodaje pues no funciona. Y estábamos Jorge y yo ahí dándole, no funcionaba. Y ahí, si me permites que lo diga Mariano, de repente una noche, y ya termino, fue como que me vino y digo, hostia, lo que no encaja, había un fallo, lo digo aquí porque se lo dije a él, había un fallo en el guión, ¿no? Bajo mi punto de vista, mi humilde punto de vista, y era que que pedían como un tipo con un retraso, y de repente era como que no era un tipo con un retraso, era un niño en este cuerpo. Y de repente al primer día, después de un fin de semana de crisis, sobre todo jugando al ¿sabes qué? Con él y con Mariano y con Caratayud, Chapi apareció y a partir de ahí fue puff, y volar hacia arriba. Y estáis todos muy contentos, así que para mí ha sido un honor compartir trabajo con todos vosotros, y creo que es para mí personalmente es un paso muy importante en mi carrera, porque es el personaje más complicado que he encarado. Gracias, Dora.
La anécdota muy bonita que fue que nos llamaba durante todo ese fin de semana, nos llamamos por teléfono para dar, porque los dos estábamos pensando quién era Charlie, y de repente le llamé y él
le llamé, yo no lo cogió, y entonces me devuelve la llamada. Y entonces le digo, jefe, y me dice, ¿hablo yo o hablas tú? Y le digo, absurda pregunta, porque tú eres el jefe y el director y el productor, entonces hablas tú y luego hablo yo. Y me dice, porque cuando grabamos el flashback con Enrique, antes de meternos en el barco, eso es lo primero que grabamos, y sufrimos mucho esos 2 días, porque a Jorge le parecía que en los planos cortos yo haría mucho los ojos, que era como muy grande todo, y yo es algo en lo que no pienso cuando trabajo, no es mi trabajo es hacerlo. Si es muy grande o no es muy grande es una cosa que depende de ellos y del operador y del director de foto. Entonces me dice, he visto un montaje de lo del otro día. Yo llevaba 2 días volviéndome loco, y me dice, es la hostia. Entonces ya empezamos a hablar y digo, tío, es un niño, no es un... Entonces nos llamamos mucho hasta que finalmente hicimos la reunión los 3, y en esa reunión ya entró Charlie, y fue como que estábamos todos de acuerdo, y a partir de ahí, pero ese fin de semana fue peor. Y ya termino. La importancia para mí es muy importante preparar el trabajo en los 2 meses de antes. Y puedes llegar, no me había pasado nunca, y puedes llegar el primer día y dan acción y se cae todo al suelo, y dices, es como si te subes al ring y vas a tirar a la izquierda y no sale, y dices, hostia, ¿qué pasa? Pero el entrenamiento está, y el entrenamiento estaba. Entonces conseguimos hacer un girito, y de repente entró Charlie con toda la fuerza. Ahora que lo veáis vosotros y que os parezca una puta mierda, que también puede pasar, ¿no? Thank you very much.
Agent's email saying, Mediapro has offered you this job. I didn't have to audition for it. They're really pretty adamant about you working in this new series. I hadn't seen the head 2. I actually I'm not too much of a binge watcher, to be honest with you. And I actually saw it, I clicked on the link and I saw the 6 episodes in a row. The next day I called my agent and I said, we have to do this. I was on location, I came back right before Christmas, and then I met Mariano Baselga. I saw his excitement. It was an easy sell. And then he spoke about my relationship with Hovik. I had been in the same show with Hovik, but I hadn't worked with him a single scene, which just had a very funny press junket of season 5, and I really liked the guy, his energy and everything. But what really did it was when I got the first script. I'm not a binge watcher, I'm not a binge reader, that's for sure. And I read all episodes in which my character was part of, and I said, this is amazing. It's not to discredit season 1, which I love. It was the main reason why I wanted to keep on going, but it was mind-blowing. And I said, I really want to do this thing. Now it's a 100% sell if I had it in my mind. So, 2 months down the road, after all this thing that happened with the boat, I know that from the production side it was kind of complicated. We didn't know when we were going to start. And then I have to say it was an amazing experience, because just the last piece in place was meeting Jorge Dorado, which I really had very high regard for, and for his work, and then this bunch of really amazing actors and people that made it so much easier. The only thing that was a little complicated for me was to shoot in the ship. It wasn't easy, very long hours, very hot. The noise, I still think, I've recorded videos just to say, this is what we're facing every day. It was like really complicated, but it was so beautiful that we actually did it in a real ship and a platform. So, it's just, as I say, I never give 10 to anything because that's for God, but it's like a 9.5.
9.5 weeks of.
So proud to be part of this great team. Y luego también ha sido una super experiencia trabajar con Joik, con lo que he dicho, con Jorge, y está todo muy por encima de las expectativas que tenía. Very much more increase than what I expected in the first time.
Qué bien hablas español.
I as an actor, I would say that both these locations are just like a big, fantastic gift. As you could all see, the ship, this just arriving on this huge cargo ship, it just gives you so much. The smell of it, the sounds of it, you feel the movement of the ship in your body. With that being said, I did not have to work down in the editing room like Enrique, so maybe that's different. And then I'm so happy we're here now in the studio, and it just gives us a whole other range of creativity and something else that we can work on. And one of the things that I liked a lot about in season 1 is also like how the one takes and how the camera was able to move through like the whole
Choreography.
yeah, the choreography of it all, and that's what we were able to do here. And I'm really excited to have that in front of us now. And I'm so happy that you're going to get to see this amazing lab. And I mean, it was also a bit strange for us the other day when we walked onto set, and it was the boat set, like the interior of the boat, and I think we all felt a bit confused because it felt so real that it felt like we were back on Tenerife on the boat and on the oil rig, and yeah, and then Jon got hurt, so maybe saved our minds a bit.
So to talk a little bit about the international...
How is the commander?
How is it, Terry, working with actors that come from different countries, different styles, different schools of acting? How does it feel?
Very difficult sometimes.
Okay.
But it's very interesting. Thank you to my partner. It was very patient. No, it's. I would like to repeat this experience because in French it's difficult to speak another language. I don't know why, but my generation. And no, it was incredible. I have a text in Spanish because hablas español a little bit. Sorry.
We don't see that you're reading it, no problem.
De estar en Madrid, la capital del fútbol, del cine y de la televisión y de la calor. Ahora entiendo por qué Madrid es el campeón de Europa.
We need to talk football later.
To Jorge, for the productor, for my partner. It was very good.
So the last...
So for me, most important thing is that when you are part of the creative process of a show, in this case, it's not like there is like only one guy who has an idea and then it's the creator of the idea and then everybody follow that. It's more about like there's an open room and there is place for anyone who wants to collaborate on that idea, no? And to be part of the creative process. So I think that makes a big difference at some point because it's not only like, okay, this is my idea, I created, so everybody follow me. No? It's a different try to approach to the stories and leave your ego in one side and then work in that direction. No? I don't know. I always think that a story or a project needs a captain, as they say, but also it needs to be open in so many levels. No? And I think the head is one of them. No? It needs really real.
I think if you...
Just to do like an amazing, very important role in season 1. And I remember thinking about how I'm gonna convince the studio to move with Catherine because she just did a couple of short films, a small TV series or something like that. And I remember I wrote an email that size about amazing, please believe me. And they replied, okay, you see it? Let's go for it. I mean, 7 meetings to convince everybody, that's it. So when the idea comes with passion, I think that's the way to do it. I have to say yes.
No, you have to say yes. It's been one of them.
Which I like is I can say, I feel really free with all my decisions. And for a director, I think it's the most important thing, and we always, the directors, dream with that. Feel free to do whatever you think is the best, and I'm happy.
Good evening.